the do's and don'ts of stabling your horse under lights to keep them in show horse condition coat-wise. Hi guys, my name is Whitney from WSS EQUESTRIAN. Welcome to my video discussing all things lights in your stables matters-wise. So, today I also have my beautiful horse Shrek and my beautiful horse Teddy joining us in today's video. These are my two show horses. So, where I have my horses adjusted, we are very lucky. We've got lights in our stables. We didn't know how to work them when we first moved in, so I put in my own lights up here, and I had them run on cords and they were on a timer. But this building it's an old thoroughbred stud, this farm, so it's got a built-in timer over here. We'll have a close-up. Yeah, so that's that, guys. So we're very fortunate, so you just set the timer and it does its job with the lights. So let's jump into the do's and don'ts. For starters, let's do the don'ts because that's very important. So when you're stabling your horse under lights, it's really important that you make sure they don't get cold. Yes, you've got them out of the wind, but when it gets really cold, when you're boxing a horse up, you're preventing them from running around where they naturally do outside in a big open space. They can run around to warm themselves up slowly, and then cool themselves up and then cool themselves down, then warm themselves up, blah blah blah, do whatever to keep themselves warm and cold in the climates. But when we have them locked up, they can't move around to warm themselves up, so it's really, really important that we do the right thing and rug them accordingly with cotton rugs, wool rugs, thick turnout weather beater type rugs, if that makes sense. I have made a video on rugging show horses. I'll leave a card up top for that. Check that out, that'll help with rugging. So that's number one of the don'ts. Number two is don't feed them less. You got to feed them enough. Like, make sure you've got enough foliage. Yes, give them their hard feed, but make sure they've got enough grass, hay, foliage to fill their bellies up, because horses warm up also by eating food. So it's really, really important to make sure that you've got enough foliage in there to keep them full, to keep them creating body warmth. Alright, number 3 tip is don't give up so early. It takes 60 days to implement the adaptation of the lights in the horse's body, so it takes 60 days to get into the swing of mimicking the daylight hours. So don't give up in the first week. You've got to give it time, let the horse's body adjust and whatnot. Yeah, so that's it for the don'ts. So let's jump into the do's. So when it comes to setting up your lights, whether you buy your own lights from Bunnings or you're lucky and you've got lights in the stables already, but you've got a timer in the wall, it's really important to make sure the horse gets a minimum of 16 hours of light time to keep mimicking summer daylight hours. That's the reason. That's why you keep a nice short shiny summer coat going into winter seasons when you've got shows in winter, is you got to mimic the sunlight hours of summer so that it makes the horse's body think, oh, still in summer, like days are long. And the most important factor of all of this as well with the daylight hours, it's really important to bring your horse in after the solstice, so after the longest day of the year, when we start to change and the days start to shorten, the horse's bodies pick up on that straight away. They know, they're out in the paddock, they know if they're not being stable. So for me, where I live, we have our summer holidays, so they have a summer spell, summer turnout, so they go out into the paddock, don't stable them. It gets really hot in this stable, the roof is really low, no insulation, and not too much air breeze going through because it's quite a closed-in stables. So it's way too hot. Sometimes it gets into 40 degrees like in summer, so it's way too hot to have them in here, so I leave them out. But once the summer break is over and we're getting back into it, getting ready for the show season, because our show season starts in February, end of January, definitely start of February, you bring them in and you start your lights. Realistically, if you can, stable them all year round so that they're just in that routine and you don't muck with anything. But I like to turn them out and let them have a holiday and be a horse. That's why it's really important for me. I've got to bring them in February and then start brushing, start grooming. That's another factor. Groom, help those hairs move about, get the blood flow around the body, get those natural oils to help with the shine, but to help remove those hairs, groom, 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 get yourself into a daily routine, pick it either when they're eating breakfast, if you feed them in the stables eating breakfast, or just before you ride them, or just when you bring them in from the paddock in the afternoon, whatever suits you. It's really important to get into a daily grooming regime to help, bring out the best in your horse's coat. So generally speaking, what are the hours that I run my stable lights on? I leave mine on, so I bring my horses in no later than 4 in the afternoon, because you know when the sun starts to set, that's also another really important factor, is bring horses in way before the sun starts to set, so that their bodies don't see that and catch onto that. So we're really lucky in this stable, the whole block just lights up in here. You know, they can't see outside, we shut the big doors, they can't see outside. Hey Shrek? So we're lucky in that sense, but it's really important that they, you know, don't sort of see the sun setting in the afternoon, so they will catch on, their bodies will be up, sunset, and we obviously know what's going on, and then poof, the woolly mammoth look comes out. And for me personally, I hate clipping. I haven't clipped in years. I clipped Teddy once and my other horse Rain Game. Yeah, I hate it. I'm not a clipper. I will avoid it like the plague. Yeah, I'm not a fan whatsoever, so try really hard with my lights. So yeah, it's really important that I'm on the ball and have my horses come in before 4 o'clock in the afternoon where I live. That works for us. So they come in, lights are on at 4, they stay on until 10 o'clock at night, and then the timer over here, it switches them off, and then they come back on at 4 o'clock in the morning, and then they stay on till 8 o'clock when the sun's well and truly up in the morning. So that is what I run mine on. That's 2 hours extra upon the minimum 16 hours. So that's it, guys. That's what I do when it comes to stabling my horses. So important, rugs, make sure there's enough feed, and then make sure you give it enough time having a go. 60 days, remember guys, 60 days. And then with your lights, you either get a timer, or you can get another little wall timer that you clip in and run on a cord and have portable lights instead of having fixed lights. So they're your 2 options when it comes to lighting. Alright guys, hope that this video, hope it was helpful. Please give us a big thumbs up. If you'd like to discuss anything further, also let me know in the comments down below. I hope you have a great day. Good luck with all your show horse prep and show horse adventures, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!